these are not so much the smooth type of clouds. No way around them. One must go full boogie and go through them. Stevie Fast, Jackson, KTR, with you today at about 10,000 feet over somewhere in Tennessee. Looks like we're Knoxville-ish area. We have been asked a bunch of questions about aviation. As most of you know, that I am a pilot, and I don't have a lot of free time on the ground, so I think we're going to delve into doing sort of a aviation podcast. Two reasons. One, it's about the only time I have free time. We're sometimes not as lots going on, sometimes kind of hectic up here. But there's times like today where it's very smooth. It's early in the morning, not a lot going on, got a few hours, and I can get to some Q&A, talk about what's hot in motorsports right now, and get to some of the questions and topics that you guys have, as well as go on, update everybody with where our racing program is. Apologize ahead of time if ATC cuts in the middle of something. So I get a bunch of questions on the YouTube channel about aviation. I started flying a while back, always been a passion of mine. It's one of the things that I love nearly as much as drag racing. It is hard. It is fun. It's rewarding. I covet the things in life that you can do that you can't really focus on anything else. I used to race motocross a long time ago, and I said the same thing about that. When you're in the middle of a triple on a motorcycle or dirt bike, your brain is focused on one thing, and that's not dying. That's what I love about flying, is that it's one of those things that if you got to be engaged pretty much all the time, and I like it. I fly myself to nearly all the races. I actually have Phil Schuler flying with me sometimes. He didn't come today. I flew him to Indy, dropped him off after the U.S. Nationals. He went to Kalamazoo to get ready for Jim Whiteley Midwest Pro Mod race that we have this weekend. That's where I'm headed now. But besides, actually, he's a pretty good co-pilot. I got him working the radio. I keep trying to get him to land the plane, but he doesn't want to do that yet. But we'll get him working on it before we're over with. All right, we just left the U.S. Nationals. We had a couple topics we'll talk about. We had a tremendous showing at the U.S. Nationals in Indy. We only got one round of qualifying, so it stinks, especially for the fans, that you guys only got to see us out one run. But I think what it did, and I think if you look in all the categories, with a few exceptions, there's some people that didn't get in some categories that should have, that normally would. But I think if you look at all the categories, it really spiced up the elimination rounds. Not getting well-prepared teams more shots at the racetrack, I think, leveled the playing field and created a lot of diversity in who won and who lost. I know in Pro Mod, it completely shook the ladder up. You had teams like Jose Gonzalez and Proline that qualified in the bottom half of the field and never would if they got another run. It's really easy to miss one run. It's a little harder to miss two. I think it shook our ladder up. I think it made for some awesome racing, and I think NHRA should consider less qualifying runs. I know nobody wants to hear that.
344 Mike Alpha, good departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4,000.
I know nobody wants to hear that, and a lot of times when you're the guy not in, you don't want to hear that. But I think occasionally it spices up the ladder.
November 4 Chili, can you verify the sun's up?
I don't know where he's at, but the sun's kind of up where I'm at. But it created a bunch of diversity in our class. A bunch of different winners and losers that shouldn't normally do that. Half of our Bahrain 1 team struggled. Justin Bond went red in the first round.
714 Charlie Greer.
Khaled Al-Balushi just had a bad run with their new Explorer combination first round.
Number 4 Mike Alpha, turn right heading 040.
Me and Jeffrey Barker ran very well. Jeffrey ended up winning first round, going all the way to the finals. I ended up going all the way to the finals. It was an all Bahrain 1 matchup. and it's a tremendous, tremendous thing to have that nitrous combination.
This is a puncher, UPS 9862 Heavy, with you at 3.3 for 5,000.
UPS 9862 Heavy, grid departure, radar contact, turn right heading 270, maintain 10,000.
Not only
70, 10,000, UPS 9862.
Not only is it killer.
Good morning, FedEx 1506 Heavy, passing 7,500, descending 7,000 with Bravo.
It's not even busy this morning. A lot of times it's non-stop chatter.
FedEx 1506 Heavy, turn left heading 150, descend and maintain 5,000 for the ILS runway 22.
150, descend 5,000 for the ILS 22, FedEx 1506 Heavy.
Hopefully
Number
that's
4, Mike Alpha, fly heading of 010.
Hopefully FedEx has got some parts in that airplane for me. It's tremendous to see that nitrous combination not only win but be dominant. Ricky Smith qualified number 1. First time this year a nitrous combination's qualified number 1. First time this year nitrous combination has won an event. I am involved with Jeffrey and his nitrous program, and it's extremely rewarding to watch him win. He has been consistent in his effort running NHRA. He has struggled at times. Everything from running over the tree in Indy during a test run to having rounds that definitely should have been won be taken away, whether it be the car went left and went to the center line, or I blew the engine up, or whatever. He has put in the work to win, and I'm glad to see him win. First-time winners and new combinations winning in our class is awesome. And that leads me into our next topic, parity. We haven't been running as well as what I wish we would have. In Brainerd, I think we were low ET of second round.
Unfortunately, I've been trying to reach out to you to verify the sun's up.
We were low ET of the first round. We threw the rods out. We had.
I hear you loud and clear. How do you hear me?
We had a little bit of component issue.
Verify the sun is up.
This guy right here wants to know if the sun's up. Get a clock.
Unfortunately, Charlie 3 from 2 Cup Cross, 2 Cup Outer Book, 3,500 clear.
I feel like we ran killer at the U.S. Nationals. We qualified number 3, went to the final, didn't have the performance.
Mike Alpha heading 275, you're 4 miles from...
I feel like we didn't have the performance to win in the final, but I think we're close, and I think we're there. I think we're a lot closer on parity than what we were, reeling the Pro Chargers in a little bit. We really don't know until they make some good runs.
270, unable to wreck to Tibble, cross Tibble at 4,000, cleared RNAV, runway 19 approach.
We really don't know until they make some good runs, and I think once we get to Charlotte, after we've had a little more time to test, we'll see a lot more of the parity and what that combination is capable of. But I think we're headed in the right direction, and seeing a full field at the U.S. Nationals is awesome. I expect we'll have 24 to 26 cars in Charlotte, and it's looking up for our class. I'm excited to see where it's going. My inbox continues to be flooded with no prep questions. Who wants to talk about no prep? Let's talk about no prep. I got a video we're working on right now with some nostalgia footage to bring some of the no preppers that just started following drag racing last week into the light of how things are, can, and will be. And I've continued to...
1506 Heavy, if you could pass along a base report, that'd be helpful.
Good morning, Atlanta. Bonanza 8046 Juliet with you, 10,000.
Bonanza 8046 Juliet, 1 Roger. Mount altimeter 2990.
990, 8046 Juliet, thank you.
That's 931, fly heading 265.
I continue to reach out to the no prep community about what I got to do to enter a race, and we still have no answer. They just keep saying, build a car, spend $250,000, come over here to crush us, and then we'll figure it out after you're broke and you got to remortgage your house for the 15th time. So we're working with a couple of teams to maybe borrow a car or help someone that's got a car that's not really competitive go beat all those guys by a bunch or win all the time and win the championship stuff. But nothing definitive as of yet. I know that the no prep fan base is upset and passionate with me still. Again, me entertaining the idea of coming to crush the no prep world has nothing to do with me hating on grassroots motorsports enthusiasts. I am a grassroots racer. I grew up. You people that are hating on me, you guys do not know my story. I come from nothing. I have raced the biggest junk known to man and raced some nice stuff. I've crashed some good stuff and crashed some junk. And I am for and 100% behind anything that brings participation into drag racing. If you are a no prep fan, thank you. If you come watch them, thank you. If you come watch me because you want to see me lose, you don't like me, thank you. Keep coming to the races. The no preppers, as well as us, people that are in NHRA, PDRA, Midwest, all these organizations depend on you being passionate about our sport in order to be able to maintain sponsorship and the dollars that it takes to run over here. It's a large financial commitment that all of us do. None of us take it lightly. And if you're a fan of any type of drag racing, thank you. Keep coming and keep hating me or keep liking me, but keep coming. Form an opinion. Pick a side. Get emotional about it. Get passionate about it. That is what drives us. That's what drives me. At the U.S. Nationals, I'd say I had half of everybody tell me, good job, we're proud of you. And I had half everybody say, we hope you never win another round. And when you guys come up and are passionate about like that, that's what gets me up in the morning. So we love that. I'll keep you guys abreast of the no prep situation. We're about 10 feet above this base layer of clouds, and it is it's an awesome sensation. You feel like you're 10 feet off the ground. People ask me a lot, what are you scared of? Like, what scares you in life? They've seen me crash, flip over, and be on fire. I'm not scared of a lot. If you had to tell me the one thing I was probably scared of the most, it'd be a cloud. A cloud is the most innocent-looking thing that you can imagine. It looks all cute and fluffy, and it will kill your ass dead in one absolute second. Like right now, everything's all smooth, and here we go into a cloud. Little small cumulonimbus.
404 Sierra Tango, Knoxville departure, radar contact, call maintain 9,000 and turn right direct Barracks Mountain.
And when you hit that cloud, do not look outside the plane. My flight instructor Peter taught me that. Because what will happen is if you stare outside that airplane, you have no sense of horizon. You won't even realize you're upside down. You'll just be dead. This is a pretty smooth one. I love taking Phil Schuler through the clouds because when he's so tall, his head's like a half inch off the ceiling of the plane. So when it's really bumpy, this is pretty smooth right here. When it's really bumpy, I can hear his head in his headset hitting the roof of the plane like tack, 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 tack. And it's pretty funny. Rarely do I get to just like punish him for hours on end. So all those times he tells me that I'm dumb and I shouldn't be smoking tires and turning the crank up, it's pretty fun. There's a lot of people in motorsports I would love to take flying, not because I like them, because I would like to hear them squeal like the Geico pig in the Geico commercial. Whee! The Shadow 2.0 is for sale. No one will grudge race it. Hardly. But I want to build something a little more versatile. Maybe an old nostalgia Fox body, maybe an old S10 pickup truck like I had when I first started out. I don't know, maybe just build another Pro Mod, but that thing's for sale. I'm not trying to sell it, but if somebody wants the quickest door car in the world and the quickest radial tire car in the world, it is for sale. Contact me and we'll talk about price and stuff. On the Grudge front, we do have a Locked In Grudge Race coming up Tuesday of Dallas. I don't know the date, but I think it's October 4th, 5th, 6th. Let me see if I can get a... I don't want to tell you guys wrong and everybody want to chuck me out. I think it's October the 5th. I'm sure Phil Schuler has sent me detailed instructions to my calendar. Yes. Monday, October 4th, during the Nitro Circus race in Ennis, in Dallas. Me and Bubba Stanton are locked in. We've been locked in for a while. I don't know how this race got started up, but basically I think I said I got the quickest door car in the world. I think he said, you do not have the quickest door car in the world. I got the quickest door car in the world. So this is really this isn't like when you go try to race a no prepper and they got to tell you got to weigh 5,000 pounds, come on the bald racetrack. You got to have a bias ply on one side and like a Goodyear on the other, and don't have overdrive on it, and we're not going to use a real tree, and we got to flag the arm drop and call the break in the gap. This is not like that. Bubba Stanton come to me like a man, and he said, come race, no rules, 2 doors. Let's see who's got the quickest door car in the world. So that's the rules. We're going to run Monday night at 10 o'clock. It looks like. Yep. The steps are, the massive steps for the race are 10 o'clock. Flip for lanes, heads up, pro tree, track rules. And it's for a bunch of money. It'll be a pretty lucrative grudge race. So all you folks that are out in the Midwest, that is the week of the NHRA race. It's a standalone race, pays $25,000. They're actually letting NHRA cars on the racetrack the week of, which they never do. So you'll get to see some legal cars. Now, NHRA legal car won't be competitive in this event. The rules are 2,450 pounds come to win. So NHRA car, unless something happens, won't be able to win. I won't enter my NHRA car. But we are going to enter the shadow in this event after we crush Bubba Stanton for more than what my first house cost. And then you'll get to see a bunch of the Midwest screw, turbos, and nitrous cars. It should be a good event. It should be a lot of folks out there. But keep your put that on your calendar. If you're not doing anything October 4th and 5th, that's going to be a cool event. You can stay over, hang out with us. We'll be in Dallas with a couple of days off. We'll crush Bubba Stanton. We're going to win the race with the Shadow on Tuesday. And then Wednesday and Thursday will be like a day off. So, there is no telling what might happen if I have 2 days off in a row. So looking forward to seeing you guys out there. Scheduling the rest of the year. I know this is getting long. Scheduling the rest of the year, we've got the remainder of the NHRA races for us, which is Charlotte coming up, Charlotte, Dallas, Bristol, Vegas. We have got the Midwest Series with J&A on the way to Martin, Michigan right now. We are running the rest of the Midwest Series with that. We've got a couple standalone races. We're running the race in Texas with the Shadow. We're going to run, of course, the World Street Nationals. Our sponsors, Ozzy and Maria Moya, raceosw.com. Love that event. One of my favorite events of the year. Going to Florida in October is where it's at. We're going to run the Snowbirds with the Shadow. Victor's having a race that's $50,000 to win in December. And probably be 1 or 2 standalone races also, just depending on what comes up when we get some free time. And then I hear rumors that we're going to race overseas again this year, which I love. Got a new car coming out that we've had on order for the last 68 years, it seems like. That's hopefully getting in the completion stages. And my goal is to fly that over there, make 30 or 40 runs with it, and try to get it sorted out for our 2022 season. Man, it sounds weird to say that, 2022. I'm getting old. I have to be in the old folks' home in a week. What a beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise. Being above the clouds, having no idea where you're at, and having to operate the airplane by instrument is something that a lot of folks don't get to see. And I'm very fortunate. Watching the sunrise over the clouds is beautiful. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. This was way long and drawn out. I'll try to make it shorter in the future. But if you guys have some questions and comments you want us to answer while we're in the air, we got to come up with a cool name for the Aviation podcast. By the next time I come up with it, I'll come up with a name. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for spending your morning with me. And we'll see you on the racetrack soon.